Snow White, you know, she got shit to do. She ruling the kingdom. She out there doing her thing. She got responsibilities, but that Huntsman, he ain't doing shit. Give him his own
She's
movie.
fucking the director.
She's fucking the director?
She's busy in the trailer right now.
We'll talk about that in a little bit because everybody's talking shit about her. But here's the thing. You know Chris Hemsworth? When he ain't got a hammer in his hand, he got an axe. And he's the Huntsman. Now, he's been out there doing his thing. You know, he helped save the kingdom, stop an evil queen, Charlize Theron. But some people want to say, what about the backstory of the Huntsman? How did he become so badass with that tool? And
I guarantee nobody asked that question.
Yeah. I want to find those people that ask that.
Nobody asked that shit. Nobody gave a fuck about what he was doing, but somebody wanted to tell us anyway. And so we get a little bit of a backstory and a little bit of a story of what he's doing right now.
It's a prequel and a sequel
At the same time. Turns out back in the day, he was swept up, not by the evil queen that we've seen, but by her sister, who was at one time nice, but Charlize Theron came in and treated old Emily Blunt with deceit and made her not believe in love anymore, made her not care anymore. She says, you know, if I can't love, nobody will. She's illegal from now on. Love is...
I wish you would try to love somebody.
They're going to regulate emotions.
I know. I'm handing out violations for all you motherfuckers with love. You're going to love jail if you want to fall in love with somebody.
I was just enamored.
But she says, you know, if I can't love, nobody will. Kills half a kingdom, enslaves their children, and makes love a violation. But the mirror's still out there, helping to influence her to be even worse. And the only person that knows about this mirror and who can stop her and that mirror is the Huntsman himself. And maybe along the way, he can rekindle his old love with the past relationship. Now,
it's also bears, noting that the queen this time is a mutant who brings on ice powers.
Oh, I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit because this movie, man, there's so many reasons why this movie shouldn't exist.
You would have said she should have let it go.
Yeah. There's so many reasons why this shit should not be here. First of all, that's a stupid ass premise. You took that love thing, just telling people, let's say you kidnap a whole kingdom of children.
Kill their parents.
Kill their parent. You're going to have a whole kingdom of horny teenagers on your hand? And you talking about no love? You better hand out condoms and tell them to experiment at least a little bit. Because, your laws are flawed highly for that shit. The real thing here that people are talking about is some of the actors or actresses that are missing from here. Now, this is a sequel and a prequel to a movie that wasn't really reviewed well by critics, did pretty bad, but it made a lot of money, $155 million domestically, $396 million internationally. We're talking about Snow White and the Huntsman. And they said, you goddamn right we're making a sequel to this.
I reckon so. I mean, what it had going for it was that Thor was something new.
Yep.
Bella from Twilight was in it, so she brought a fan base, had a nice look to it. And more importantly, it came out after Mirror Mirror, which sucked donkey dicks.
Oh, yeah.
So by comparison, it was like, well, that wasn't so bad. I kind of liked it.
Oh, yeah. But the thing that with this one is that it wasn't quite donkey dicks that was sucking, just dicks, It just sucked, period.
I'm surprised y'all remember it.
I don't remember.
I was watching the movie we saw just recently, and I was like, I don't remember what happened in the one before this.
I don't remember anything, man. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be funny how I tell you I don't remember something about it because there were like important things I don't even remember. But they said, we got to make a sequel to this. But that goddamn Kristen Stewart had to come in and fuck it up for everybody. Had to go out there creeping around with the director, who, by the way, what was his director's name? It was
really
that guy.
That guy that fucked Kristen Stewart.
Edward.
Rupert Sanders. I like the way that
Rupert.
Rupert. Yeah, you fucking a guy named Rupert. Anyway, I like the way that they didn't even try to hide this. They wanted to mess up their relationships. They didn't care about it. They all out there in the open. Look, he got a bent over bridge. I mean, they didn't care. And a lot of people were upset about this. And this is important to mention because it was sort of sexism in full effect right here. Because while Rupert Sanders, the married guy, was out there doing his thing with her, nobody was talking shit about him. Everybody just kind of let him slide. but Kristen Stewart. Everybody was talking about the sequel that was coming up, and Universal said, "Well, Kristen, you over there fucking around. People, she got outed. No sequel for you. You're banished." So people were relishing in this. They were doing things like, "See you later, Kristen. Oh, Kristen needs a hug. She's not going to be in the sequel." And I'm going to tell y'all right now, she don't give a shit.
Yeah, I can't believe that she was upset about not being in a sequel to this. Because she still did another Twilight movie.
She did another Twilight movie, and she only did that under contract, and she's been wanting to move on to some other things anyway. She's out there trying to be, quote-unquote, a real actress. She's taking small projects and art films. She ain't trying to do this shit.
I think she moved on to Sleeping with Women, too.
Yeah. She's fucking everything, so this don't mean nothing to her.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny because you look at this right here. She ain't even fucking this dude. She trying to fuck that bridge right there. She was happy to be outed by this. And I'm going to tell you something. It would have been better if she was in this, because the movie, it's noticeable that she is not there. I mean, it's like they took a chunk. Like, it's a sequel and a prequel, and it feels like there's a whole middle part just missing from it. And the reason why is because they could have wrote around this, but they rushed this out. I don't know why they were trying to get this out here.
Understatement.
Oh, they rushed this out, and they did the worst writing that they could here. There's a part in here where we are introduced to the Huntsman after his big story in the prequel part of the movie, and somebody comes up, and they're just like, "Yeah, that's cool, but where's Snow White at?" And the other guy's like, "Oh, yeah, she at home. She's sick, man.
She busy doing things."
Yeah, Mira fucking with her. She got a headache, man, and she can't come here, but she said you got it." And then they actually do a cut to a body double with long hair on the floor with her back.
Okay, I thought that was the chick from The Ring. Because what is she doing in here? And it just went away. I'm like, I guess that was just part of this movie now.
Yeah. 2 shots of that.
Yeah. People, and they do one flashback cut of her in the prequel part. I mean, it's terrible the way they try to crowbar her in there. It would have been better had they just said, "Yeah, the Huntsman said, fuck all y'all, moved on to another part of the kingdom," and just, they could have done the Huntsman in Africa or something,
I know, but they had to tie it back to the mirror.
They had to tie it back to the mirror somehow, and they had to actually bring it back to some other people who are contractually obliged to this, and I'll tell you who some of those people are in a little bit. One of them is Chris Hemsworth. The biggest mistake y'all could have done, besides taking Kristen Stewart out of the movie and trying to make it about and still try to put her in there some kind of way, crowbar her in there, is making it about the Huntsman. This big dumb motherfucker can't carry a whole movie. I ain't even talking about Chris Hemsworth. I'm just talking about
that character.
I'm talking about that character. This character is so dull and boring. He was boring in the first one. I say
he was more of a device.
Yeah, you're right. See, you're exactly right. Like, I think that he works better. Look, he's cool as your side guy, your sidekick. You need some big dumb dude to go beat somebody's ass. Yeah, call the Huntsman. If you want a good wingman for the night, because he's likable and smooth, call the Huntsman. You ain't going to get no ass because he's going to take all the women away from him.
Why would you call him?
I was like, no, he'd be a terrible wingman.
He'd take everything, but you learn some things because the dude is smooth. One of the subplots in the movie, who's that actress?
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain plays his old love who's been brainwashed into not loving him anymore when they reunite. And look, we all know the Huntsman is so smooth. He might be big and dumb, but he's smooth with the ladies. And we are wasting time in this movie watching her trying to fight off his advances. And meanwhile, we're in the audience like, girl, go ahead and drop them draws and fuck this dude because you're going to do it anyway.
Well, plus, when you look around, you look at the landscape, it's like, look, there's no other fuckable guys in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dwarves and a bunch of...
There's trees
raises your brothers.
There's trees, trolls, and midgets. He's the only good dick out here. Girl, quit bullshitting and do something with this man.
Some unpredictable waters around here. It's not me.
You're a right galoot.
So are you.
Yeah, look at that smile right there. Smooth as hell. Girl, quit bullshitting. Fuck this dude and let's get on with this movie.
The whole time she had that dick whipped look in her eyes. Like, I know damn well you remember what we used to do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm serious, because she's just fighting him through the whole movie. I will not be with you. Get away from me. And every time she turned around, like, quit fucking around. But the other thing about the movie, I was wondering, why did they even make this? Why did they not write it about him more? Why not make him a better character? Because he's not dumb. They just write him dumb, And then I finally figured it out. and you already said it, man. They did it because they found a way to completely, shamelessly rip off Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, what's Emily Blunt? She becomes an ice queen. And there's so many similarities between Frozen about how Elsa, or what's her name? Elsa discovers her powers and how Emily Blunt discovers her powers. The only difference is that Elsa will go somewhere and sing Let It Go, and she calls it a day. Emily Blunt turns into a bitch and kills half the kingdom and enslaves children.
Genocide.
Yeah. Genocide. You know, it's but they shamelessly rip it off, and when they do that, it makes the movie confusing, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But the one besides Emily Blunt ripping off Frozen, or the character from Frozen, they also had Charlize Theron contractually obliged to be back.
You could tell she was.
But the script again doesn't require her to do anything but walk around, be overly theatrically evil, and leak oil from her ass.
I thought I had driven the weakness out of you. I thought I made you strong.
How did you draw the weakness out? What did you do?
Would you look at it?
What did?
Damn, get a maxi pad or some shit. Getting shit all on my floor.
Kotex commercial.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Oh, but you do. You see, you said it yourself. You're something between this world and the mirror. I summoned you out. Now, you are bound to me.
She's like, damn, bitch, all right, we just acting. Hold on.
I'm glad you said something about their dresses, man, because that's something I do remember from the first one. All of Charlize Theron's dresses look really good, but in this one, it looks like for the Elsa character, the Ice Queen, it just looks like somebody lost their mind with a bedazzling gun. It's like, all right, clock, all right, you look good now.
Wow, you're not lying about that. That's some Hobby Lobby shit going on right there. Wow. Yeah, but I still like the visuals here. I think the costumes are all right. I just think, man, really, these people, it's written for them to overact. The actors are fine. It's just written for them to overact. I mean, they're treating this shit like it's really some Shakespeare shit, and it's a weak script. I've been talking about things that don't work. I mean, I'm trying to be a fair guy here. Everything is so stifled. Everything is so serious, except every now and then Chris Hemsworth. But he's dumb. But the dwarves in this, you have Nick Frost returning. See, that's what I was going to say. That movie is so unforgettable. The first one to me, I forgot.
Forgettable.
Forget. I'm sorry. No, very forgettable. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's very forgettable. I forgot that there were dwarves in the first one, man.
I did too.
I didn't remember until Harry Knowles mentioned something to me, like looking over his seat. And he was like, don't you remember it made all the tall people short? I was like, oh
yeah,
right.
yeah, that's right. Nick Frost was in the last movie. Rob Brydon is returning as his brother, and I like the dwarves in this movie, man.
Really? Because they served no purpose at all.
No, the purpose they serve for me is that in a movie where everybody's taking shit seriously, the dwarves were cool, especially this one little dwarf, man, Mrs. Bromwyn, played by Sheridan Smith.
She was great.
This little dwarf comes in, she's talking mad shit. And I was like, all right, finally, somebody I can relate to in this movie.
Sight of you clocks make me sick.
Shut your mouth, you monkey slag.
Shut yours, you grotty wanker.
Kiss my ass, you filthy minger.
Kiss mine, you wobbly shite.
Go on, girl. I was like, yeah.
Well, damn, you just showed the best part of the movie.
Shit, I was in love with her ass. I was in love with her little ass, man. I wanted to have some midget sex after I was looking at this.
Like in this movie, they were like, dwarf women are just hideous and ugly. I was like, they're not that bad.
No, hell no. I take it a minute. I bet she talks some mad shit in bed, too. The dwarves actually liked in the movie. I mean, any other movie, they kind of would be annoying, but here, you need something to lighten all this up, and they're the ones that do it, and they serve as good comedy relief. The tone of this film is just all over the place with a little bit of Lord of the Rings. Y'all are ripping off so much shit, you think you would get one right. The only thing you get right in this movie is midgets. I mean, it's
Dwarves.
I'm sorry. The dwarves.
People, if you will.
I'm sorry. Apparently midgets is like calling little people niggas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. I'm sorry about that. I mean, midget rolls.
What you're saying about them pulling for so much stuff is, I figured they were going for the angle of, all right, in the real story, the Ice Queen is really dark compared to what Frozen is, or what they made with that concoction. But I figured they were going for all the people that are saying, hey, we want that film to have the real Ice Queen. We want, the Ice Queen that we were promised from the beginning. So they was like, all right, yeah, we'll make that one from another company that has no idea what the hell they're doing. And so, hey, there you go, people. You got what you wanted.
You know what? I remember that I didn't hate the first Snow White. I probably even like it less than the first time I saw it, and I probably gave it an okay review then. But it's so forgettable. I know I didn't care about that film. This movie, for whatever I have to say about Snow White and the Huntsman, this movie did it worse. Snow White knew what it wanted to be. This shit is all over the place. It's wanted to be so many things to cash in, and does not have faith in itself to be its own film. Because of that right there, it only gets bound visuals in A Couple of Dwarves, and for that I give it a rental. Not a good rental, not a bad rental. It's just there.
Okay. The one thing I will agree with you with is I thought the dwarves were a great part of this movie. They were the funniest part, I believed, until Charlize Theron came up, because she just didn't give a fuck about this. Like, she was just like, I'm in the contract, let's get this shit done. Because there was one line where it's supposed to be like really dark and ominous, and they're like, how are you back here? She was like, oh, I'm between. And like the way she delivered the line, she was just like, man, I don't know what happened. Like, I'm just back. Let's see where we go with it. And I just thought her having a blast with it and just treating it like it was a comedy, basically, and the way she was acting in it, I enjoyed that aspect of it. The story and your main characters trying to have me believe Chris Hemsworth is a leading man in anything outside of a superhero movie, which this tries to be also, is just a dumpster fire. And with this, I got to give this some old bullshit, man.
Wow, I don't blame you.
I don't blame you either. I don't blame either one of y'all. On my way over here, I've been like, what am I going to give this? Because I'm stuck between both of those ratings for all the reasons you named. I think I felt like it's a low rental for the most part. I mean, yeah, I know there's people who want to see for the visual spectacle. Sure, it's there, whatever it means. It wasn't until the very end when they tease another sequel, and that's when I went like, you know what?
Let me give some
because something else that didn't get mentioned was how laughably bad the voiceover narration by
Liam Neeson.
Like just the stuff they wrote for him to say. I was just in the booth. I don't see how he got through it. Like.
It was funny because every time
you guys sure about this?
Every time he spoke, it was so bad. I heard that fucking lion.
Yeah, exactly. Aslan.
Aslan. Yeah,
trying to be Chronicles of Narnia too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was.
Now the Ice Queen, I might as well just blend that all in.
It was almost like they tried to be Chronicles of Narnia, and Aslan was coming in, and now the Queen, they were like, get your ass on here. No, wait a minute, it's my movie. No.
Well, I can still talk about it, right?
Talking mice and badgers come in. Like, what's happening? Wait a second.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Those two elements just kind of pushed it over into some old bullshit.
Wow, so some old bullshit for you too.
I heard you was about to reverse a little feeling over there.
Well, I'm close because at the end, I feel like I should give it some bullshit just to stop that third movie.
Right?
You know, tell y'all people don't go see this shit, but you know what? My little dwarf girl is fine as hell, so you know I'm gonna go ahead and let her slide on that one. In fact, forget another fucking witch movie or Huntsman movie. Make a movie about them.
Right? They had to start The Hobbit.
Well, make it X-rated then.